Curious about the traits, poisons, and virtues of your predominant elemental type? At the moment of our birth, prevailing cosmic and telluric energies affect our personality, seeming to transcend our genetic makeup and upbringing. For this reason, we all tend to be one predominant element type: wood, fire, earth, metal, or water. The 5 predominant types, which I talk about in the daily snippet on my YouTube channel, are wood, which is the pioneer, the visionary, independent lifestyles and need to control our own futures. The poisons are anger, frustration, anxiety. The virtues are patience, forgiveness, and kindness. Fire, the lover and the protector of the heart. Optimistic, focused on matters of the heart, concerns for others. The poisons, overbearance, exuberance. The virtues, politeness, open heartedness. Earth, the nurturer, provider of unconditional love, steady source of love and support, attractive in their balance and grounding. The poisons are blame and overwhelm. The virtues, integrity and nurturance. Metal, the spiritual alchemist, graceful and elegant, with a lithe of energy, love, solitude, serenity, and reverence. The poisons, grief, sadness, agitation. The virtues, discernment of right and wrong. Water, the sage or childlike explorer, plumbs the depths of life, a slower rhythm and a great listener, the art of being a lover. Poisons, annoyance, fear, and worry. Virtues, wisdom and inner peace. Being in the season of water, it's time to restore our innate wisdom, getting in the flow, being at peace down to our soul. For more insight and to add energy medicine to your healing practice or your daily routine, visit tanyad.tv/Fido-5 or email info@tanyad.tv, and I will see you on the other side. Ashe, ashe, ashe.
Inshallah and Ashe, it's a fantastic Friday live streaming on the Cancer new moon. If you haven't tuned in to the Musing Moon meditation, it's the emotional foundation. It's our home life. It's our ancestors. It's going to the root cause of an issue. It's also our sacral channel and our solar plexus, along with our relational empathy. This month's Spill the Tea is going to be all about Leo, the heart, the season of the sun, and literally being heart-centric. What that means for each and every one of us as the sun navigates through the celestial bodies. And coming up, August 10th, is Gift and Purpose, a live venue, I'll say, talking about our gift and purpose. We all have a unique gift and a purpose that we bring to the world to share our light and glimmer our star on the spiritual walk of fame, each and every one of us. And with that, go ahead and comment. It is a day to do our mini divinations, cowrie shell divinations. If you have a question, I like to do little mini reels about that. And actually, I'm going to check my phone real quick because somebody actually asked me a question about what's going on in the world, which is a lot happening, right, for us. Let me get to that. I have to do my own scroll. Get to that question. Might take me a second there, but go ahead and comment. Hi there. If you would like a little mini cowrie shell divination, I do need your birth year, what year you're born, and also the month that kind of lays the elemental foundation of why we come to the world at this time. So yeah, go ahead, Muhammad. Let me know if you would like a little mini cowrie shell scroll. As I'm scrolling, yeah, I've got to get to, let's see. Here we go. Nope, a little further. Oh my goodness. Oh, here we are. Okay. So the question is, may I ask you, what are you seeing on the current global status? And thank you. From one of my musing listeners. So energetically, we did enter what's called period 9 in Chinese astrology, which is fire. And when fire is out of balance, we have lots of wars. The opposing side to fire is actually love and joy. So, being that there's war, fire is definitely out of balance. And what soothes water is, or soothes fire is actually water. So, going to the water, reconcile our grievances, get clarity around that as well. So yeah, I feel like we need to do some reconciliation to heal the waters and bring us inner peace. That would be a ritual I would do, literally bathing in the waters, whether it's a river, a waterfall, the ocean, whatever kind of water, definitely moving water to cleanse the toxic debris and really connecting with the spirit of water along with the spirit of fire to soothe those fires and bring out more love and joy into your essence, your spirit. Fire is also spirit as well. So there's that. There's other things as well, but the global status, I think it's time that we literally walked in our own gift, our own purpose, connected more to spirit, literally, instead of so much the laws of man. It would be, I think it'd be fantastic if more and more people, instead of warring, they literally laid down arms and didn't listen to the higher ups. Because I think it's an entanglement is what it feels like. But also going to water to heal and call in the water spirits, whether it's calling in a rainstorm, those kinds of water spirits, or the water spirits themselves, the undines, the beings and the unseen that can really help us heal. That's kind of how I see that. So anywho, now let me just switch my screen here. Let's go like this. Oh, this is a little crooked. I will drag that. Okay, let's see. Yep, there we go. Drag my shells. So yeah, if you're curious and like a little mini divination for the weekend, be sure to check out my Musing Moon meditation, all about the moon, our emotional foundation, the sacral, and really going into our inner child. The sacral actually activates between 6 months and 2.5 years. Watch little kids literally go back into your little 2-year-old self, 4-year-old self, getting in touch with your emotional foundation and your emotions, your feelings. Validate your feelings, literally. So, if you would like a little mini divination, go ahead and comment in the show notes. Excuse me, I'm having a little tickle there. I've had a tickle for a few days, let's be honest. So yeah, Cowrie Shell Divination is the art of divination brought to the West by Elder Malidoma Somé. I'm a protege, a student of his, all through spirit. My clan is actually the fire clan. I was born in a fire year, a fire month, and a fire hour. My day is actually nature. So nature actually feeds my spirit. So I do sleep outside. In human design, I'm also a reflector, a 6'2" reflector, a wise seer, with a cross of education. So I'm actually here to teach people and also show them their own magic and where they can shine their light, their gift, their purpose. So yeah, this is just kind of my habitat, my playground. So again, if you're curious, go ahead and comment. It does appear that my screen is working. Sometimes we do have hiccups, right? So, oh, my connection is fair. So hopefully I am live streaming. Sometimes that happens, I bet, with all the interwebs and the interways. So yeah, we might have actually a challenging connection. Oh, okay, great. Nope, we're still live. Okay, awesome. So yeah, just comment in the show notes. I see just one person, a couple people online tuning in. But energetically, we all come with a gift and a purpose. I like talking about gift and purpose because it's all intertwined. It's all weaved together. It's all connected. And for me, it's amazing. I love to see people shine their brilliance, their glimmer, being a glimmer, being optimistic, radiating their own streams of joy, happiness, love, integrity, all the goodness that the world has to offer, and creativity. Like, I love that, evolving our inner glimmer, right? So yeah, go ahead and comment if you're curious and want a little mini divination. I usually will stay on for about 30 minutes and just talk the talk, walk the talk. So yeah, and sometimes I just move the shells on behalf of the universe, the cosmos. I always invoke our ancestors, the Great Spirit, the oneness, that I can be a conduit. The being seen and the unseen, my gatekeepers, guardians, and my ancestors. I actually do that every morning to show me the magic of the day, to get me on my fantastic way. I hope that for you as well. So yeah, no comments today? Are we being shy? We were shy last week too. As far as a ritual for this new moon, I would literally go to water to get into the flow of life and reconcile the debris. It's almost like being reborn fresh, like birthing it's a new moon, so things are new beginnings, but this is a new emotional foundation that we're birthing anew. And words have power. What we invoke, words have power. So yeah, I'll give a few more minutes for conversation. I'll flip some cards here while we wait. I always like to bring in the fae, the spirits of the other world, the cantombles, the gnomes, yeah, just the spirits of the land and all the elementals, star elementals, water, air, ether, metal, fire, all the beings, soil, the earth, big earth, little earth, all the things. Oh, and this tells me this is the journeyman. Oh, this is actually the energy of tomorrow. So this is about being mindful of what our heart wants and open up our hearts to receive a new sensation, a new feeling as we step out. Like we have the skill, but now it's time to walk outdoors, leave our traditional, leave the master maker, that's who that is, and go out and like out into the world using our skills for all the world to see. It's like going on the journey, putting what we know to the test. So I like that. I'll take that. Yeah, literally. Show people what you know. Share your wisdom. Share your insight. Share your feelings. How do you feel about something? Definitely, definitely. Okay, I always like to, oh, you can't see what I'm doing. I always like to shuffle the cards. Great. Oh my goddess. So this literally is the energy of today. This is the maiden, the 14. The new moon is actually at 14 degrees. So this really is like, where does my heart belong? What does my heart belong feeling? And this is the maiden. This is literally our inner child. This really is the energy of today with this new moon, like bringing out our inner child so that we can go on the journey for tomorrow and try something new, shining our brilliance out into the world, literally going on the journey, and nurturing our inner child, literally. Like, where does my heart belong? What does my heart belong feeling at this time? So that's what that's about. And this is us not being afraid. He's drank too much of the nectar of the gods. The nectar of the fae is what I should say. So he's kind of hungover. He's drunk on life. This is gotcha. So this is us not being afraid of the things that go bump in the night. So especially after we open our hearts to where we belong emotionally, after we go on the journey, this is us opening up our heart to literally receive and accept a new way of attracting and where we belong in the world, and loving and trusting the process, not being afraid of the thing that goes bump in the night and scares us. This is literally having courage and going out into the world. I'll take all three of those. I'm not going to lie. This is awesome. This really is the energy of the day. So we have that for us. Okay, does anybody want me to move the shells on their behalf? I see 5 of you there. So it says, I never know sometimes. So yeah, cowrie shell divination is an art of divination brought to the West. I do little mini sessions, private sessions as well. I always give you a prescription ritual. It's kind of like from the other worldly medicine cabinet, specific rituals for specific things, just like going to the physical world doctor, just a little bit different, obviously. Sometimes rituals are a 5-year process. One of my rituals with Malidoma was literally for 5 years, twice a year for 5 years, on top of some other rituals that were necessary. But yeah, I'm loving the messages for the day, the cards of the day. And we do need to connect with our ancestors today as well. Go light some candles, do an invocation, ask them for questions, and then pay attention to subtle signs that come in energetically. Because the subtle world is just as vibrant as this world. Oftentimes it's more so. The reason I say that is I experienced a near-death experience at the age of 7. So the other world is kind of my homey habitat, spirit, fire. That's kind of where that hangs out. So yeah, definitely. And this is our roots. It's our emotional foundation. It's part of this moon as well. And let's get another card, see what the other worldlies have to say. Go with this one. So this is literally knowing we're protected and we are safe and secure, and just to become rooted. I think sometimes we need to go to our origins, to those old traditions, and reawaken them, get back to our roots, and literally enjoy the labyrinth of life. Going on the adventure, going places we've never been, which connects back to the journeyman, I will say. So yeah, I'll take all 3. I'll take all 6 of those actually. So if anybody would like a mini shell divination, what I need you to do is comment. I need your birth year and the month you're born for different reasons. I do bring in the elements and the directions of Chinese medicine, basically feng shui. I work energetically predominantly through the skin to heal the body with light, sound, and vibration. That's everything I do is literally elemental based and otherworldly based, but I just find the elements are easier to understand when I'm explaining energetic issues or causes of something, to bring ritual into the forces of adversity. December 14th. Hi, Elizabeth. Oh, you're a Sagittarius. 1982. So I'll tell you straight up, people born in years ending in 2 and 7, I'm a 7. We are literally connected to the spirit world. And also you being a December 14th, yes, I know that's Sagittarius. Sagittarius is higher frequency vibration. It's what does my heart believe? It's the starry, starry night. It's those dreamlike wonders from the galaxy. But also in the Chinese, the direction of December is actually water. It's the energy of the pig, actually. The pig and the rat are kind of in that frequency before, because it's winter. It's actually the beginning of winter. So directions for you would be both north and south, energetically, literally, as well. But do you have a question you want me to ask, or you just want me to move the shells on your behalf? Something you're curious about? I'll give you a little insight, see what the cards have to say, and the shells. So either way, and look how red I am. So I am a fire person, so I'm always using the fire line. I work with an energetic skincare line from Switzerland that's all based on Chinese elements and energy healing. So that's kind of where that came in. So let's see, Elizabeth, if you don't have a question, I'll just move the shells on your behalf. So I'm going to affirm your spirit for the magical being I believe you are on your spiritual walk of fame, the star that I know you are. And you'd like to hear what the universe has for you. Okay, so I'm affirming your spirit. I'm affirming the spirit of your gatekeepers, your guides, your guardians, your ancestors, all the beings seen and the unseen, the Wedmies, the Condombles, the leprechauns, the genies, that I may be a conduit, along with the Great Spirit, the oneness, to deliver the message you need to receive today. And with that, I say Ashe with your blank slate. So you right now are, you literally are, you're not surrendering to change, but you are in a place of like, we got to bring you home. So there's a part of you that is sitting like, where do I need to nurture myself? Like, where's the blank slate? But also there's a part of you that is identifying as somebody who belongs like in a healing venue. I don't know what you do for a living, but this feels like there's some healing that needs to happen. I would literally go to the waters and really get organized around how you feel about things, like organized around that. And feelings, feelings carry an expression. I always see sometimes when people get triggered, triggers are aspects of growth periods, like you're trying to glimmer or somebody's trying to dim your light. So I would literally go to water to heal some emotional wounding, it kind of feels like, but also know that there's change on top of that. I don't know where you live, but I would definitely do a ritual with water, specifically today because we have a new moon. You can do it tomorrow too because energy is always constantly in motion as well. I will say that your ancestors are trying to communicate to you on both paradigms. The reason I say that is this is the ancestor realm in the area of community and connection, and this is the community stone in the area of the ancestor. So they're literally trying to open up the door. Are you in a relationship? I believe your ancestors are, if you're not in one, they're literally trying to unlock the doorway to you connect with the person. Or to elevate your consciousness, your awareness in relationship, partnership, could even be with yourself, by the way. But yeah, your ancestors are trying to have a conversation with you. I would be listening to subtle messages. They're going to bring you some inner peace and actually get you organized around that. You might need to do some ancestral healing actually and get a different perspective that's already in a state of transformation. This is like having an elevated, I want to say a peripheral, a different point of view. Like, who is my community? Who is my village? Who is that? So it's like being an agent of change and going through like having a wake up call, not so much a radical one, just a different wake up call to where who's my village? Who's my tribe? Where do I belong? In this conversation and the communication. But all in all, if you don't have an ancestor altar or somewhere where you can go invoke spirits of the other world, like candles, whatever spiritual practices you do, I would totally do that. But I'd also go to the waters to heal these two aspects as well, and work on your energetic boundaries, emotional energetic boundaries. I do that myself all the time. I'm always like, is this me or is this them? There's all these things happening for us, right? And spirit always guides me. But we want to heal your own nurturing and your own self-love, and we want you to be more devoted to what your heart wants, and reconcile, like, for you, being a Sagittarius, beliefs, something you beliefs. That's awesome. Oh my goddess. So you both are very, except you're August. So Derek being August, there is a trauma bond that feels like it is blocking you. So yeah, I would go to water. I do private one-on-ones as well. You can find them on my website. I'm sure my little VA will share those in the link. But yeah, so anytime we heal our wounds, we actually heal our ancestral lineage wounds. But for people born, again, in years ending in 2 and 7, we are literally connected to spirit. And that is like our foundation, is to call in the universe. Every day I always talk to the universe, God, spirit, whatever you want to call it, doesn't really matter. My mother, I invoke her usually, and different people. Sir Didymus, my fairy dog, my fairy friend, my fairy lover, I always invoke him as well, because those are our foundation. But you being born in August is Leo as well, a lot of fire energy there, but it's also the beginning of the fall season, which is about letting go. It's about the process of grieving, but it's also very courageous energy as well. So you have the foundation. Metal is actually the western part of the home. Usually I'm going to go with west and the southwest energetically. Those areas are kind of your habitat. And of course, energy in the house changes just like the body, all these things. So that's really why I do one-on-ones, mostly for healing forces of adversity for people as well. Yes. Oh yeah, you totally need to. And Elizabeth, also what I would do, my mom passed away 10 years ago. I have items of hers I carry with me. I drink coffee out of I don't know if you watched my show before, but I drink coffee out of a coffee mug that has a tree on it, a Christmas tree. And I just invoke and talk to my mom as I'm sipping on my coffee or my tea. Just opening to those doors and paying attention to what comes in. Subtle messages come in all the time for all of us. It's just our awareness and knowing that you're not crazy. Spirit, once you open the door, is very easy to connect with. And they come in different ways. I predominantly feed the fae. That's kind of what I do. New moon, full moon, all the time. I have literally a shrine in my yard, a specific area that I have a few areas actually. What am I saying? Where I literally go invoke them. I've had people over for rituals that have actually seen the fae. They usually only come out when they feel safe and it's okay. I don't have trickster fae. They're more like my friends. I just have always connected with the other world. That's kind of what I do. Oh, wow, that's interesting. Leah is where your trauma bond actually fit. So I energetically, water's a healing conduit. I would totally use that. So, Derek, if you don't have a question, August 6th, that's great. The energy is everything. I am doing gift and purpose, August 10th. I talk about all of the elementals. I work with a 12 elemental. I talk about the subtle energies, all the chakras in body, out of body. I throw in numerology and I also throw in astrology. The reason being is they're all intertwined and connected. So it's kind of like a foundational offering to like open your awareness to different ways of seeing yourself, knowing you're the gift and you have a purpose. And we all come here to shine our light, to glimmer our purpose, like why we came here. The world would be very boring if we all had the same career and we all were doing the same thing. So it kind of opens us up to that different ways of seeing things. So yeah, that's great. Hi there, blessings. Hi, Chantel. Love the flowers. So yeah, if you want me to move the shells on your behalf, I just need your birth year. And if Derek, you want me to move the shells on your behalf, if you have a question or you just want me to move them for you, just comment. I already know you're part of the fire clan, the western direction, Leo. That's kind of the area you want to accent and just keep cleansed and renewed. Really, we need to do all areas, but energetically, that's predominantly for you. I literally am a southwest south person, so I hang out in my southwest area. That's where I go live. You please. Okay, Erica, did you post in your birth year and month you're born? I'm scrolling back. Love your last name, Tercero. Did I say that right? So yeah, I just need your birth year and your month. I like that because it gives you, okay, 84. So in the Dagara cosmology, you're part of the mineral clan. Sorry, I'm looking all over. Mineral is actually, we're in a year of mineral. So mineral is all about conversation, connection, community, storytelling, like getting out there, invoking words, spiritual truths. Could also be writing. It's also air as an elemental, metal as an elemental, minerals, stones, crystals, even all the things like that. Sound healing as well. So do you have anything in particular you want me to ask the shells, or you just want me to roll with them? And I will say the opposing, and we have all these elements. I'm just saying we got a base note and then the other elements come into play. Energetically, I have 0 water in my chart. I go to water as a healing agent. Okay, so on your behalf, I affirm the magical being that is Erica Tessero. I affirm the Great Spirit, the oneness. I affirm her ancestors, her gatekeepers, her guides, her guardians, the angels, the being seen and the unseen, that I may be a conduit to give you the message you need to receive today. And with that, I say Ashe, and let's get those in there. So you, my friend, you are literally going through, I'm going to say, this is like, it's like the nectar of the gods, the wishing well, the wishing tree, celestial wishing tree. We're going to do an energetic cleanse so that you can be like, this is like you going into the water and coming out born anew, so you yourself can see your frequency, energy, vibration like your own glimmer. I see it, everybody, as a spiritual being on the spiritual walk of fame. You are your own star, literally. I think we're all stars on the spiritual walk of fame. And this is you cleansing, reconciling, literally being born freshy. That's the energy of this new moon that actually it's offering you. And how you're seen in the world, like you're being your own boss, is going through transformation as well. Once you like get out of the water, I'll say, to do that, you're going to create some inner peace. Heartfelt devotion inside of you is also going through some change. This is you literally being devoted to what your heart wants first and having conversations that are literally in aligned with what your heart wants. Sometimes our inside voice can be very cruel. I will say that. We all do that. You know, we doubt ourselves. We go down the rabbit hole. I will say, you've got an energetic block. Like, you need to listen to spirit. Spirit is like you've blocked your channel of communication, which part of this energy is also telepathy, channeling. So I don't know if you have a practice where you literally channel, tone, chant, any of those things. I would recommend that. I would actually tone into the water, sound bowls, crystals, tuning forks, listening to those spirits, because how you're going to be seen in the world, like, where do I belong? Like, what is my connection to spirit? Whatever your spiritual practice is, that's going through change. But once you do that, it's going to bring you inner peace, and the conversations, inside voice, are going to change as well, and get organized around that. Some sophistication happening for you in those particular areas. If you're not in relationship, there's somebody interested, peaking, I'll say. It's activated. Conversation needs to be had. They might be nervous as well, just saying. So yeah, I'm going with that. And you do have two little beings. Yeah, you literally, I'm not even kidding. You need to start doing more practices to connect to spirit, whether that's praying, invoking words, meditating. I'm going to go with meditating differently. Sometimes you can do that going down the road. It's different. Like, we're all different. There's no rules. The universe is always open to us to bring us clarity and conversation and community. But yeah, your ancestors, you need to have open that doorway. Anywho, so yeah, I would probably do a script, affirmations of what your heart wants to be devoted to, conversations. If you have any shifty thought, I would re-script that to be something more empowering and positive and a pronoid, so you can glimmer and shine your brilliance brighter than ever before. Okay, I hope that was helpful. Okay, you please. So Somita, I do need your birth year and your month you're born, if you don't mind. Thanks for tuning in, you guys. This is great. So much more fun, isn't it, when everybody's conversing and listening in? Let me scroll down. Okay, did you do your birth year? Oh, you're oh, wow. Love and light. You too. Blessings. 13th of May. What year? I just want your year. So May is actually part of Earth, the end of Earth. Okay, and you are actually part of the water clan. Water, literally, energetically, if something's disrupting your emotional foundation, if it's not bringing you inner peace, then it's a no. Because your ability is, you're all about being in the flow. And when people block you from being in the flow, that creates a discourse, an energetic hiccup in your emotional foundation. So you're going to get telltale signs. 100%, you're welcome. So I'm going to affirm your spirit, for the magical spirit and the being you are, your starlight. Affirm the great spirit, the oneness, all the beings seen and the unseen, the undines, the salamanders, the canton blade, the genies, the gnomes, the trolls, even the leprechauns, of course. And so you energetically, literally, I want you to literally fall in love with yourself in radical ways without any resistance. 100%. So you're sitting here. This tells me you need to be more heartfelt, devoted, and love the skin you're in. Your ancestors are loving on you as well. There needs to be a conversation, maybe getting organized around how you connect to spirit, maybe trusting yourself, having faith in that conversation as well, knowing you're also protected, so there's no need to be fearful. Sometimes when we start channeling or connecting, the key is to discern the voices that are coming in. I always like to put up my gatekeepers and say nothing gets in unless my gatekeepers allow it. That's just a boundary. You always have to set boundaries energetically as well. And you too need to work on how you talk to yourself. Inside voices can be somewhat radical, but you are going through already a new wardrobe, spiritual truths, like invoking those coming out, and having your medicine that you're bringing into this world is getting elevated, I want to say. But I do want you to fall in love with yourself and love yourself as the eyes of creator. That's actually going through a cleansing, a transformation right now. But yeah, I feel like you're going to get on your own platform of power to be in your own buoyancy. But in order to get there, we've got to open the door to access that and don't be fearful. Fear is false evidence affecting our reality. I really want you to embody your spirit of who you are and what you come here to do, and just stay into the flow, 100%. And how you identify is being changed. We have to bring this energy into the earth plane, because sometimes it's just floating in the subtle waters, I'll say. So we want to bring them into the physical world. I would literally create a new term, like how you identify in the world, with some sophistication, some class, something different for that. But yeah, you do need spiritual boundaries. So when you do that, don't be afraid. Just put up boundaries that nothing gets in unless your gatekeepers, guardians, God, universe, whatever allows it. Everything else is dissipated. I do that every morning myself, so that's just an offering. But yeah, that looks fantastic. I hope that was helpful. Your wife had trouble with the idea that people come to me for help and counsel. Okay. Hi, Derek. My wife had trouble with the idea that people come to me for help and counsel, so I pulled back from commenting what I feel would help people. I am lost how to navigate this. Derek, did you tell me your birth year? I think you did earlier, didn't you? I'm scrolling. Give me a minute. Derek Jacobs. Is this Derek Jacobs? Yeah. Yeah, seriously, I'm telling you, people that are connected to spirit, when we don't listen to spirit, we are not in divine alignment. And it causes energetic hiccups. I literally every day would affirm spirit, your spirit, affirm your gatekeepers, your guides, affirm the great spirit, and ask for guidance and pay attention to signs. Spirit will guide you. You got to listen to the subtle messages. We get them all differently. I do have an online offering. Literally, it's called Change Your Stars. I have a quiz that goes with it, but I also have, of course, an online course. I dive in foundation. It's more of a proficient to a master about energy healing and medicine and connecting to all the things, along with the energetic centers, astrology, numerology. It's kind of it's beyond a foundational, actually. But our thing as a fire spirit person is to connect to spirit. You being a Leo, it's about using words, conversation, and that connection. So, you have to put those together. Oh, here's my cat. That's fantastic. So yeah, you have to, that's just what it is. And when we don't live in our divine alignment, then we end up having issues. I'll say that. That's when we start having energetic hiccups. The universe will move us. It's like, you want to tell God, universe, your plans? Yeah, right. That it doesn't work that way, especially for fire people. We're conduits with that. I hope that was helpful. I was in tears at sunrise. She didn't need to come. Well, it sounds like you need to ground yourself, and you're maybe not grounding into the right elements that you need. And I have not been. You're blocked yourself. I don't even have to. You need a spiritual practice that resonates with you, whatever that is. I go to nature. Nature's my habitat where I connect to the beings of the unseen world and ask for guidance. I invoke them every day, and I pay attention to signs. So yeah, I would literally, you need an area where you can literally connect to spirit, the world of spirit, whatever that is for you. So I hope that was helpful. Did I miss anybody? Just so you know, I go live every Friday. I try 3 o'clock. My dad's having his own energetic hiccup. He's in Alaska, which is a whole nother deal. So there is that. So yeah, I'll be back next Friday at 3 o'clock. So yeah, be sure to comment and tune in. That's kind of how I do these. I hope I didn't miss anybody. If I did, my apologies. The reason I'm going to go is Tiger here. This is kind of what he does. Tiger is a Wedame. Wedames are like daemons in his dark materials. They're little spirit beings that come here. And he is a tiger. Anywho. Well, I just want you guys to have a magical new moon in Cancer. Get in touch with your emotional foundation, your little 2-year-old self, you know, and really ask yourself, like, what would your little 2-year-old self want to nurture your inner baby, your inner babiness? And like, where does my heart belong in this grand scheme of life, the stars and whatnot? So I hope I was helpful. Again, Ashe and blessings, and I'll see you on the other side. Ashe. Make it great. 40 minutes. Okay.